Alright, so let's talk about Workhorse. In my last video on Workhorse, I talked about how I thought there was a strong chance that the Workhorse USPS contract would not be announced on October 13th. Well, looks like that date has come to pass, and traders and investors all reacted to that news of no announcement with a huge sell-off of a massive drop-off from October 12th to the 13th. And currently, as I'm filming this on October 14th, we're now starting to consolidate a little bit. Now, before I get into my own analysis on what happened and what I'm planning to do with my position, I just created this channel recently. So, if you find anything interesting in this video, please hit that like button down below and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much. And also, let me know down in the comments below what you're planning to do with your Workhorse position, as well as what you're planning and what you did already. Also, I also want to make it very clear that I'm not a financial advisor of any sort, and anything in this video is my sole opinion for education purposes only. Thank you so much. Alright, let's get started. ROTH Capital Partners for a moment right here. So, the major Workhorse bullish movement from Friday to Monday, this huge pop-off right here, and into Monday, was pretty much going based upon this bullish sentiment from ROTH Capital Partners expecting that the USPS contract would be announced on Tuesday, October 13th, and the article from ROTH Capital Partners also saw that the Workhorse Group is pretty much going to be best fit for this 8.1 billion USPS contract. The reason and explanation why they thought October 13th will be the expected USPS contract announcement was pretty much because the USPS had a previous decision from July, and they had a 90-day deadline, which is of course 3 months after July, which is October 13th. Funny enough, when October 13th happened, Craig Irwin of the ROTH Capital Investment Group pretty much downgraded and changed their buy rating to neutral, as you can see right here, with the price target change from $33 to $27. And now they expect this contract to be towards the end of 2020, which is not, of course, October 13th, which had just passed. So, in my eyes, this looks a little suspicious and questioning. So, let's take a look at the calendar and timeline of Workhorse from last week. Alright, so on Friday, ROTH Capital Partners published their article mentioning that they expected the USPS contract to be announced on October 13th, right here, this Tuesday. And the reason why they expected, like I said before, was because USPS said back in July and that a decision will be made, and of course 90 days after that will be in October. Well, on October 9th, which is when, of course, ROTH Capital Partners made their announcement, they jumped a massive 12.5% during normal trading hours and another 5.5% in after hours. That's a huge rally. And of course, moving all the way into Monday, October 12th, Workhorse made a massive move up all the way to $30 and stopped right there. And it looks like when Workhorse hit that $30 price target, a lot of traders had an auto sell button, and that price and stock took a massive dive down. So, coming into Tuesday, which of course is the D-Day of when the USPS contract was supposed to be announced, Workhorse started the downtrend as no announcement came out from USPS. So, on that day, news came out that Zacks changed Workhorse to a buy rating, and ROTH Capital Partners comes out and mentions their rating changes from buy to neutral, and that their price target changed from $33 to now $27. As you can see right here, $30 to $27 like I showed before. So, coming to, of course, October 14th, as what I'm recording this right now, Workhorse is just continued to consolidate right now at around the 23, 22, high 22s price target. So, to me, this all seems a little interesting that it happened in this kind of fashion, of course. And stock manipulation can be a pretty big factor, but we don't know. However, I'm just letting you guys know that as retail investors, we cannot forget that we are the small trout in this big pond, and that the big institution investors are the big whales in this pond. So we can only nibble out small gains while the big whales can actually move markets like this. Now you can look back, of course, since it's October 14th right now, but on October 13th, which was yesterday, a spokesperson from USPS told the agency that their USPS contract of the next generation delivery vehicle will not come out until the end of 2020, which is what a lot of people have already expected previously. Now, this award is considered semi-officially delayed, and any potential award will likely be needed and wait until 2021, no matter the outcome of the election. So, what this means to me is that USPS pretty much will not make any announcement until after election, of course, which is after November, and the award might be delayed to 2021 if anything, but it will be announced towards the end of 2020. Now, what does this mean for the Workhorse community? A lot of us already knew this, but I'm honestly surprised that people are surprised that this announcement got delayed again. If anything, a lot of people expected this, and just shows that a lot of investors are really optimistic for this stock and value just Workhorse hugely. A huge group of investors are riding on one announcement for Workhorse, which can be a double-edged sword, of course. And lastly, looks like Workhorse also announced on Tuesday that Workhorse secured $200 million in financing and pretty much had a five-year convertible notes to two unnamed institution lenders. So what this kind of tells me that Workhorse is pretty much trying to gain capital as much as possible to get ready to possibly build their vehicles in the future. Alright, so let's go into what I think the future of Workhorse right now and towards the end of the year. I believe that Workhorse will probably just follow the broader market and won't be surprised if they consolidate for around the $20 to $25 price range, which is honestly what I'm seeing it starting to do right now. I mean, Workhorse stock moves so much from 15% in one day to 50% down another day. I will expect the stock to be volatile leading towards the end of the year whenever that USPS contract is going to be announced. Now, what is my position in Workhorse? Give me 1 second. So, previously, in my last video, I predicted that Workhorse can still jump up on amazing news and hit around $30, which it did, and possibly on October 13th, coming to that date, there will be a huge sell-off, which there was. I explained that I didn't have any shares, but I did have call option contracts for the time frame of January 25th. Let's look at that right now. So January 25th, I did have call contracts for the $25 price target right here, strike price of $25. So what did I do with those contracts? Well, on Friday, I did say that I sold a little bit of my contracts, actually the majority of them, and then coming into Monday, seeing how it jumped up all the way to around $30, I decided to actually sell off the rest of my contracts at around the $29 price range, which at that time was about, I think, $10 times 100 shares, of course, which is about $1,000 or so, which I would say I'm kind of glad I did, because as you can see right now on this date, as is currently valued, it's currently valued at $5.55 times 100, which of course is $555. So if you look at the 5-day chart, for Workhorse right here, you can kind of see that they're pretty much back into the same price target range as they were last week, just before the announcement ROTH Capital Partners. So I believe that Workhorse is just going to consolidate around the $20 to $25 price range and kind of just follow the broad market until some news from USPS comes out about their contract, which could be technically this month, November or December. But I will definitely think it'd be towards the later part of the year from the political landscape and that what USPS is in currently with the broader market. So wait, what am I planning to do? I don't know if you guys previously saw, but I technically do have one contract open, but this contract is called a put option. So in the long run, I do believe that Workhorse has great potential and my long-term investor side is very interested in getting shares. And I do think that whenever the USPS contract does get announced, that Workhorse will get a portion of that contract, whether they be all of it, majority of it, or half of it. So currently, I am selling put options and I'm planning to sell it bi-weekly. So what are put options and what am I actually doing by selling it? So what that means is that if Workhorse hits a price target of $22, I'm putting around a cash collateral of $2,200. Is that pretty much I'm agreeing to buy 100 shares of Workhorse at the time of expiration, which right now is currently end of this week, October 16th. I will get 100 shares of Workhorse at $22, which is of course $2,200, and I get to collect a premium of how much I sold it for. So it's a win-win from my side. Well, in this video, it's kind of just an update of what Workhorse and what am I planning to do with my shares and positions right now. So now that you guys know my position, let me know down in the comments below what you're planning to do with your position down below. And if anything does change, let me know as well. If you find anything interesting in this video, please hit that like button down below. I'm also going to be keeping a close eye on Workhorse, of course, especially towards the end of the year. If there are any future updates, I'll make more videos. Thank you so much. Peace.